Hi, my name is Jane, and this is the story of my journey to success. I hope it will inspire somebody. The early days of my married life were the best. My husband Tom spoiled me rotten. He showed me love in every way possible. He treated me like a queen and made me feel special every day. But as time went by, things changed. Tom and I gradually grew apart. And by that time, we already had 3 kids together. Each time I tried sitting Tom down to talk to him politely, he would get mad at me. I didn't know the man I married anymore. And that's how Tom fell out of love with me completely. Then one day, Tom kicked me and the kids out. He said he didn't love me anymore, and that he also didn't want to see the kids anywhere near him. It was a total nightmare to me. I didn't know where to start. I tried begging him, but he wouldn't listen. He told me his mind was made up. I had no choice but to leave his house with my kids. I found myself a small apartment to live with my kids, but it wasn't easy. I struggled to manage the kids all by myself. And besides, I wasn't earning much from a job as a receptionist. The bills were too high, and without Tom's help, I really felt overwhelmed. I asked my boss for a rise, thinking he would feel pity for me since I had explained my whole story to him. But no, he decided to take advantage of me. He told me the only way he could help me is if I agreed to have an affair with him and sleep with him every time he felt like. I hated him for making such a ridiculous demand, but I had no option. I wanted the best life for my kids, so probably sleeping with my boss was the only option I had. So I agreed out of desperation. I felt dirty and hated myself every time I could sleep with my boss. I could have stopped, but I had to do it for money. I wanted the best for my kids. And without their father in the picture, there was no way I could manage. Then one day my mother visited me. I told you the whole story. My mom sat me down and told me not to let men use me. She told me not to depend on men. My mom told me to stand up and dust myself and move on with life. It wasn't as easy as she made it sound, but I always believed my mom's advice was the best. So I took it. The only way I could cut ties with my boss was to quit my job as a receptionist. So I went job hunting for days without success. Then one day, I found a job in a beauty salon. I had to do people's hair, nails, makeup, massages, you name it. I could get home tired every day. I hardly had enough time to spend with my kids, and I wasn't earning much from a job at the salon. So bills were mounting up again, and it stressed me to the core. My mom could see that I was struggling, but she kept advising me to pray. She said prayer answered everything. But to be honest, prayer didn't settle my bills. I still struggled to take care of my kids by myself. So my mom took them with her to the village to make things easier for me. To be honest, I never really got over my ex. I missed him sometimes. I missed the time we spent together, happy with the kids, before things turned upside down. But I didn't stand a chance with him anyway, because he had already moved on with another woman. and totally forgotten the existence of our kids and I. Each time I saw their posts together on social media, it made me feel so empty and hurt from deep within. Until one day, when I decided to pull myself together, I looked at myself in the mirror and told myself that, girl, you can do it without this man. Girl, you are powerful without this man. Girl, stand up, dust yourself, and move on. Just like your mother advised you. I started doing researches on how to start my own beauty business. So from the little I could earn, I started saving so that I can have capital to start my own business. I remember dressing up so well, even if I didn't have enough money, just to look the party. As I went window shopping for hair and beauty products. After a long period of saving money, I finally managed to launch my own business. I was so happy to start my own salon. The business started so small, but it grew bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger each day. And before I knew it, my salon became one of the best and most loved salons in town. And I had managed to employ several people. To my surprise, Tom came to me asking for love back. He said he was sorry that he left me for another woman. He went on to tell me about how much he missed me, how much he missed his kids, and that I meant the world to him and she wanted me back. He also told me how quarrelsome the woman he left me for was, and that she later on cheated on him and left him bankrupt. I was overwhelmed by emotions as Tom spoke to me. All the memories of how he broke my heart came back and hit so hard, like it happened yesterday. So I said to him, "Look here, Thomas. It's too late now. There were times when our children and I needed you, but you pushed us away, didn't want to hear anything about us. I have managed to do a lot without you to get to where I am right now, so I don't need you anymore. You can try and rebuild your relationship with your children if you want, but not with me. I am now successful and happy without you, so I'm not going to risk hurting my feelings by giving you a second chance. It's over, Thomas." I showed him out and shut the door in his face. My mom was so proud of me, and I was proud of myself too. Finally, I could give my children the life they deserved without depending on any man. My experience taught me that it's possible to become anything you can imagine. So regardless of how terrible your situation is or how hopeless you feel, just remember, you can still stand up, dust yourself, and move on. If I did it, so can you. Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to all our social media channels. Remember, it's Stories with Sharai Mabel. We are determined to reach, touch, and change lives through creative stories. So to help us achieve that, please share this video.